Keyshawn Davis is no longer worried about Devin Haney. Keyshawn Davis has a new opponent in his mind. And in this video, I'm going to break down everything that was said and give you guys the absolute facts. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Make sure you come in, do your thing. Beat up that algorithm for me. Keyshawn Davis has turned his sights in another direction. No longer really concerned with Devin Haney, apparently. Keyshawn Davis on his verified social media, he posted this. So what he's saying right here is, what's up with it, G? And he tagged Lamont Roach, right? And Keyshawn had pretty much put out a tweet since Debo, quote Debo, he's calling Devin, that's I guess his nickname or whatever. Since Debo is scary and never stood on his word, Lamont Roach, you're trying to fight me? Boom. Now, you see how I just got to the business? I just got to the bag. I don't have a bloated intro. I didn't speak. I got straight to it. I'll let y'all know what was going on. Let's rid the game of clickbait content in the world of boxing. Get straight to the money, not the bloated intros and outros and long spills. Let's open the conversation and grow the sport of boxing. Now, as far as Keyshawn, he is apparently turning his sights from Devin Haney onto Lamont Roach. Could be a good fight. Lamont Roach is a quality operator, had 2 draws in his last fight, with Tank and, of course, Pitbull Cruz. Some people argue either way. Some people are good with the draws. Some people weren't. I think it could be a good fight. Promotionally, I don't really know what Lamont Roach's deal is, but I know he's a good fighter, and it would be and make for a good fight. Now, I tell y'all all the time on my channel, this new generation is not really holding boxing down, in my opinion, in a good way, because it's a whole lot of lip service, bro. Yap, yap, yap. There's a whole lot of lip in the sport of boxing where we have to read about it far more than we're able to actually see it manifest and actually come into fruition. What do I mean? I'm just talking about how the game, you got all these fighters calling out X, Y, Z, and then none of the fights are happening, right? That's why boxing has always been, a little bit fickle in that regard, but it's at an all-time low. It's at the actual worst point from me covering boxing that I can ever remember. Right now is the worst part of, because social media is enabling this type of behavior. And a lot of these streamers and a lot of these fighters, they don't have no chill. So they're going to just keep doing it and keep doing it. And they feel like this is how they boost their name up. That's why I can't get invested in too much of the side talk and I want to fight and send a contract. You literally seen Keyshawn and Bill Haney agreed to fight each other in person and all this type of stuff. And the fans start getting involved, putting out their own fight predictions like, yeah, this would happen and I would favor this. You don't see me doing that. And there's a specific reason. I don't waste time. I'm definitely not lazy, but I don't believe in wasted energy. What's the point? What's the point of me wasting my energy and saying 1,000 words? There's 1,000 words that I could say. You know what I mean? Get my Justin Timberlake on, Ego Timberlake, saying 1,000 words, and then I never get a conclusion. What's the point of me putting out, if you notice my channel, I don't put out no fight predictions if it ain't a signed fight. What's the point? You know what I mean? So we can argue amongst ourselves and like, I feel like people are trying to reinvigorate like the Mayweather-Pacquiao debates, because those were some good debates back in the day where people cared enough to argue the future fight. But these new fighters ain't popping enough like Pacquiao. I thank God he showed me that yeah. It's up to my promoter, Bob Adam, he and my wife Jinky, but we believe, right? These dudes ain't Pacquiao. They not popping like Pacquiao. They not a superstar like Mayweather, although they talk like it. For people to be arguing over potential fights like we did with May Pacquiao. That's why they're able to run back Mayweather Pacquiao. Now, Keyshawn did an interview with Ring Champs, and he talked about Devin Haney, said Devin Haney is reluctant to fight a certain type of fighter.
Medical or nah?
Shit, probably both.
So
there's certain fighters that he won't want to touch.
He don't like them gritty fighters, bro. He don't like fighting no gritty fighters. Devin Haney don't either. Devin Haney don't want to fight no gritty fighter.
I'm glad you brought up Devin because you were very adamant about the call out. You were smooth, calm. I want Devin Haney. Is there any history that we don't know about?
Nah, I don't really have a history with Devin, but it's weird because I do got more history with Bill. Bill, when I was like coming up in the game, Bill always used to be like, oh, the businessman. Like he showed me amazing love. And Devin Haney was just the one that just act like he couldn't see me, which I knew like, oh, you probably scared of me. Oh, you probably got something to her. I don't know what it was. But I never seen Bill show me so much love and Devin didn't. Like it was always like the same thing, but when it came to me, it was different. But now that is weird because now it's like, damn. Like, I'm gonna be totally honest. Like, one time on Twitter, like back in, this is like a little personal, but like, he called me the B-word one time on Twitter. And I'm like, you grown as hell, why you even coming at a kid like that? But I'm like, all right, but I respect you differently now, you know? And ever since then, I just looked at them differently, like, okay, bet. When I get myself in a real opportunity, I'm gunning for y'all, super gunning for y'all. And
He said he called me the B-word. See, Bill Haney being Bill.
When I see him at the weigh-ins, I don't remember back then. I just remember him saying that.
Right.
But I seen him at the weigh-ins for MSG.
Right.
I seen Bill. I walked up to Bill because we was DMing each other.
Right.
I walked up to Bill. I said what I said, and he told me to stand on it. And I said, after I knock Jermaine out, we gonna fight, right?
Yeah.
I said that purposely because I'm the same person that was telling Jay Prince, after I knock Jermaine out, they not gonna wanna fight me. They gonna be like, nah. So I said that purposely to him. After I knock Jermaine out, you gonna fight me, right?
He said Devin.
I said
no, he said it to Bill.
Okay.
He said, yeah, be a man of your word and stand on it.
Yeah, he did say that.
Why I ain't get no call out? Why I ain't get we ain't reaching out? And I know what's going on in real time too. They really don't wanna fight me, bro.
Boom. So, according to Keyshawn, he like, they don't want to smoke. And this is why, like I said, this is why I can't get invested in a lot of these new generations back and forth.
47. The only person I'm going to 147 for is Devin Haney.
Really?
If he just stay at 140, I was going to gun for him too, though. Not going to hold you.
Right.
But what about Ryan Garcia? He's a champion with a big name. He just sold out.
He got a lot of speculation around his name right now. I'm not fucking with Ryan Garcia. He got a lot of speculation. Like, shit. I just want things to be, you know.
What do you think about his performance?
It was a good performance. Great one, actually.
So he said if he goes to 47, it got to be for Devin Haney. But the problem is, after this interview was conducted, he talking about calling out Lamont Roach. And he's saying that he ain't heard from Devin Haney. So somebody got to be lying. Y'all let me know who you think that is. Unfortunate, because these are all very good fights, and I think fans can get behind the fights. But like I said, what's the point of going back and forth if the fight don't manifest? Let me know how I did in this video. Again, I didn't give you guys a bloated intro. I'm not going to give you a long outro. I'm trying to get straight to the bag for y'all. If y'all like that type of content, subscribe. Consider watching this next video and use my link me to follow the movement.